What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel and to another Lost Ark video. Now my name is The Full Measure, but when I play Lost Ark I am a filthy casual, and I've created a series of videos specifically showing level 50 chaos dungeon builds for 10 different characters, allowing you to use these builds the minute you get to level 50 to start farming those chaos dungeons as soon as possible so that you can get the rewards and you can get your gear score up. And my criteria for these builds are that they are beginner friendly, and that you don't need skill potions or anything like that, and that the skill points that are available to you at the moment when you reach level 50 is sufficient to build the build, so that is definitely a case. And then secondly, as mentioned, the builds are extremely AoE focused, and that's because of course with chaos dungeons, while there are bosses running around, you are basically trying to deal as much AoE damage to as many enemies as possible, because that gets you through the chaos dungeon most efficiently, or basically fastest. Now the class that we're going to look at today is the Paladin, and the skill tree that's on the screen right now is what I use to do the chaos dungeons. Now this focuses a lot more into the holy side of the Paladin, aka the spell casting side of the Paladin, rather than the melee arts or the hitting side of the Paladin, the discipline part. And specifically for this, what we're trying to do is we're just trying to set up these massive AoE nukes. So there's a couple of different combos that you can use with this. Of course, you can do something like Execution of Justice, which spins around you and deals damage and actually pulls enemies in. And then in the time, the space that creates, you can do something like a Holy Explosion, which then again radiates outwards and pushes the enemies out. Now, a bunch of these, like for instance Wrath of God and Heavenly Blessing, they allow you to just press the button and it creates an explosion, and you can use these to essentially move in between enemies. But then you'd also have something like God Sent Law, which is, you know, reading from the book, and that essentially you can just put right on top of you, and then any enemy that comes closer to you is going to get locked into this animation, and the damage is going to tick on them and they're going to get taken out. Now, Holy Explosion, one other thing about Holy Explosion that's like super cool is that it also actually leaves like a dot area behind that ticks and keeps dealing damage. So that's also a really good way for you to essentially lock down a specific area that you know more enemies are going to spawn in, or something like that. Now, other than that, basically using all of these skills and spacing their cooldowns out, you don't really need to dabble in any of the other skills that are in the skill tree and that are on your bar, but those skills are there kind of like as filler skills if you need a little bit of time to move in between. Of course, you also have the ultimate available, which is basically a massive AoE, and it's usually good to pop this on the second teleport or the second wave once you do the chaos dungeon, because then it's even available for the last boss again if you want to do that. But nonetheless, this is a very efficient way of doing it. Now, I played the Paladin a whole lot on the Russian servers, and there I did focus a lot more into the melee ability. So this was also an interesting experiment for me to just try to build a holy version of the Paladin that just tries to deal as much AoE damage as possible. But as mentioned, I am a filthy casual, so I'm fully open to any suggestions that you might have in the comments for how to improve this as a cookie cutter beginner kind of build for people as they just starting out doing chaos dungeons. So let me know in the comments down below what you would do to improve this, which classes you're playing, and which classes you would like to see featured in a video series just like that. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. It's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, a great afternoon, and a goddamn awesome evening wherever you are in the world. And until next video, fucking cheers.
They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me.